from the day's highest point. Let's welcome in our next guest, Ruchit Jain, Equity Technical Analyst at Angel Broking. Ruchit, let's start with United Spirits. 3%, 3.5% decline. Do you think it's coming in because of GST and levels are changed?
Yeah, hi, good afternoon, Pankaj. Pankaj, overall, we have seen that in recent last 3-4 months, this stock has not done that well compared to what markets have shown up move. Even recently, the prices since last couple of months were consolidating in a sideways range, and in fact, not today. In fact, in yesterday's closing hour itself, the stock had given a breakdown of the support end of that range. So I think it's a continuation down move, and this move could extend further on the lower side. On the lower side, major support on the long-term charts for this are coming around 2060. So probably 2060, 2080 is the range where the stock could correct further from current levels also.
Right. Would you initiate a fresh short over here?
Yeah, any pullback if it gives around 2280, 2290, then I think risk reward again would be favorable over there. Right now the stop loss is coming around 2360, so compared to the rewards, it's almost 1:1 risk to reward ratio. So any minor pullback also, if we get maybe in today's last hour or in tomorrow morning session, then I think at a bit higher levels it would be comfortable to go short for.
How would you look at Tata Motors? It's the top gainer right now.
Tata Motors has been continuing its uptrend. It's trading in a rising channel, and from the lower end of the channel again today, in spite of markets or the stock showing some losing momentum, the stock is outperforming. So that's a positive sign. On the higher side, the stock has good resistance around 519, 520. So another 3-4% upside from current levels can be seen in short term.
Right. And for how do you play that 3-4%? You wait for a correction or you buy now? And if you buy now, what is the stop loss?
Yeah, so the lower end of the channel is around 476. So probably around 476, the stop loss would come for a target of 514, 515.
Right. Tata Motors DVR, that's not up exactly 4%, but it's up 2%. You think it will play a catch-up role?
Well, I think that I would go with Tata Motors itself. Recently, we have seen that Tata Motors has outperformed Tata Motors DVR, and even on charts that continues to look positive. The volumes are much better in Tata Motors, so I think the up move or the outperformance would continue if we compare both Tata Motors and Tata Motors DVR. So if one is, and if anyone is just a short-term traders, then I think it's better to go with Tata Motors itself.
How would you go ahead and look at Dish TV? It opened at 105, expected to be one of the big beneficiaries of GST, but it's now down 4%.
So if we see positional charts of Dish TV, then the stock has already given a run up from lower levels of 64 to 100, 105. And in today's trading session, we have seen that more of the stocks wherein positions were built up in expectation of the GST outroll of this GST's amendment news. So mostly those stocks have seen profit booking from higher levels. So the same is the case with Dish TV itself. It's a profit booking coming on from the higher levels since the news now is out, and I think near term the stock can correct further up to 91, 92 levels. So that's a good support around 91, 92 zone. So it won't be a fresh buyer over here in spite of stock correcting in today's trading session about 4-5%. But I think the stock should come again up to 91, 92 where there would be good risk reward to initiate long positions.
Right. As of now, you would not go short with a target of 91. You would wait for bounces, if any.
No, I won't advise going short in this because the broader trend is positive. So rather than going against the broader trend, it's better to wait for the stock to come at its support level and again go long over there.
Right. Cadila Healthcare is up 6%. Any view on that name? Again, it's a name that Street has liked for a while.
Simanga, 382 is the level what I am watching. If the stock manages to cross above 382, so that would turn the medium term trend also up for the stock. Recently, the stock has consolidated for a long period of time. We have seen a good amount of correction in the first week of January in this stock, when the stock corrected from about I think 410, 415 to 300 levels in 1 week itself. So after consolidation, again this up move has come. No doubt today's up move has been backed with very good volumes. But again, if the stock manages to 382, 383, then only I would give much importance to this up move which we are seeing today. So it's necessary to see a follow-up momentum after today's up move. Only if the stock manages to go above 383 in next 2-3 days or in a week or so, then only I think it's wise to stay long in this stock.
Right. As far as, in the pharma pack, another name is concerned, Aurobindo Pharma is down about 50-60 rupees in the last 2 days. Any view on that name?
Yeah, Aurobindo Pharma recently had shown a breakout from a falling trendline resistance, but again that has failed after yesterday's corrective move. So now if we see the next support for the stock would come around 715, 720. So I think another 20-25 odd rupees downside could be seen in the stock. The broader trend for the stock is positive, and hence one should not go any short positions in this stock for another 20-25 rupees. In fact, if it comes towards the support level of 715, 720, then I think that range should be again used as a buying opportunity, as the risk reward also would be favorable at those levels.
Right. How would Tata Steel fit into your charts? Do you think that Tata Steel will continue to go up from here?
The Tata Steel last couple of weeks has consolidated in a range between 370 to 350, and if you see its previous move, then definitely everyone is quite aware that the stock has been forming this higher tops and higher bottom. So this is just a consolidation which is happening within an up move. Now if we observe, Pankaj, then usually there are two types of consolidation which we generally see in the stocks. One is price correction and one is time-wise consolidation. So this is more of a time-wise correction which the stock has seen rather than price correction now, which is a positive sign. Also the previous trend is up for the stock, so definitely I would give more weightage to the existing trend. So unless the lower end of the last couple of weeks of consolidation, which is placed around 345, is breached, I am expecting the stock to move higher again up to 380, 385 levels.
Right. Bank of Baroda is up 3%. Any view?
The Bank of Baroda, again this stock has a resistance around 155 levels. It's very close to that resistance zone. So rather than picking up stock at current levels, this stock might consolidate between this 155 to 145 in meanwhile. But in case if the stock goes above 155, then I think the trend for the short-term trend for the stock would turn positive. So I would wait for the crossover of 155 before initiating any position in Bank of Baroda.
How would you look at BHEL?
Well, the weekly charts are suggesting first higher top, higher bottom formation after a long period of time, but we have not seen any follow-up momentum coming in the stock. And the major support for the stock now again would come around 120, 122 levels. So I think a bit of corrective move could be seen in the stock from current levels. If anyone is a swing trader trading for 2 or 3 trading sessions, then for a target of 123, one can go short in the stock, keeping a stop loss above 138. But for positional traders who have a bit longer term view of maybe 2 or 3 weeks or even more, then I think 122, 123 is a good support zone where again some sort of pullback rally would come from those levels.
Right. Larsen, what's your view?
Pankaj, Larsen and Toubro support for this stock is seen, it's very close to its support of 1430. The stock has already corrected in last 5-6 trading sessions when the results were out. So I think a pullback rally could be seen from 1430 levels. So more or less, I'm not much positive on the stock, but since the stock is quite close to the support levels, I won't go create any short positions over here. Wait for a pullback move from 1430, maybe up to 1525. The stock should give a pullback move.
Right, Ruchit. Thank you so much for taking out time for us. Hope to see you again soon. We're taking a break. We're coming back in 2. But yesterday there was, of course, the important GST bill which was cleared by Rajya Sabha. Earlier in the day, we spoke to A.M. Nayak of L&T.